Hi and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're making a quick video about what to say and what not to say to someone suffering from a mental illness. We're making this video purely because it can be really difficult to think of the right and wrong thing to say when you're around someone who is suffering. Not that there is necessarily a right or wrong, but from our experience there are sort of certain phrases and things that you could avoid or you could use to help open up communication. So I'm going to start with what to say. So one of the first lines of communication can be really difficult in opening up a conversation about mental health. A way that is quite soft and quite gentle in its approach is saying something along the lines of, I've noticed you're not quite yourself, you know, is there something wrong? Is there something I can help with? This just kind of doesn't imply anything, but it just means that it opens up the lines of communication, and actually they might come out and say, actually, yeah, there is something wrong, and be very pleased that you've asked that question. Another thing you can say is, you know, do you want to talk about it? Is there anything I can do to help you? Again, that opens up the lines for looking for help. So it kind of takes you on to the next level. So lastly, if you ask them if they'd like to speak to someone about what they're going through, this will encourage them to seek help and lead to the path of recovery. I just want to put in one last bit. It's not a question, but it's when you're actually talking to someone who is suffering from a mental health issue or a mental illness, it's important that they know that you're never going to judge what they're saying, because most of the time they're actually judging themselves anyway, and the worst thing is for them to feel judged from someone they trust. So just reassuring them that you're listening to everything they're saying, you're taking it on board and actually understand what they're going through, and don't judge them and just help them through the process, really, I think is good. Now I'm going to pass you over to Sam.
So I'm going to do what not to say. With regards to the illness, it's very easy for someone without the illness to think what they need to do is a lot easier than what it is. So often people say, why can't you just be happy? Or why do you always have to be like this? Why can't you just get over it? And it's just not that simple for the person to do, to get over their illness. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have done it already. I know I would have done. So things along the lines of that, snap out of it, things like that, are the worst things to say, because they just can't do that, and it will probably make them feel worse about themselves. A couple more might be, why do you have to be so selfish? What do you really have to worry about? Why are you worrying about it? Things like that people throw maybe out of anger, frustration, again, make the sufferer feel a lot worse about themselves. Stop being so negative all the time. Stop being so weird. So saying these kind of things will make the sufferer less likely to open up and be more secretive and more ashamed of what's going on, because they know that you'll be judging them. Whereas when you said before, try not to judge them, they'll be a lot more likely to open up about it. You'll understand about it more, and they'll probably want to seek treatment in the future to help get better. Lastly, stop being so negative all the time. Once you put yourself in their shoes and you realise what a burden they have going on in their head, you realise that that's why they're so negative, and maybe if you tried to understand it a bit more, you might understand more where they're coming from and how to help them move forward.
Okay, so that's what we had to say for today. In the future we will be doing more videos like this, but targeted more specifically to other mental illnesses, so for example eating disorders or OCD. So watch out for those videos, and don't forget to comment and subscribe to our channel for more.
Thanks guys.